You ever catch yourself rehearsing every possible disaster before it even happens? Worry might feel like you're just being responsible, but really it's fear running a highlight reel of what-ifs. And let me tell you, that reel? It's edited by a drama queen. Think about it. Worry whispers, "Hey, I'm just keeping you safe." Yet here you are, wide awake at 2 a.m., mentioning. Your email account bursting into flames, or your car doing donuts in the driveway. If worry actually protected you, you'd be chilling on a beach somewhere by now. But I guarantee people have died from missing out, because they were too busy trapped in a loop of what if. What if the Zoom call crashes? What if I freeze and sound like a stuttering robot? Spoiler, you'll survive, only to realize you delivered last week without so much as a hiccup. Ask yourself, have you ever breathed through a mistake and kept going? Exactly. You're more resilient than your worst fear. That mental marathon cost you clarity, creativity, and maybe a snack break. Then embrace that answer like it's an awkward high five. Maybe the worst is you flub a sentence or spill your coffee. Big deal. You shrug it off and keep going. That's you owning the moment. If worry were a real bodyguard, we'd all be invincible. Too bad it's more like a prankster in a tuxedo. Congratulations, you just starred in your own comedy, not a horror flick. Worst case you mutter, "Can you hear me?" And reboot, humiliating for 5 seconds. Hilarious later. Here's the grand finale. Worry, not a villain, it's more like that overeager friend who shows up uninvited and never knows when to leave. You flipped what if into what's next. You felt your feet, taken that victory sip of air, and even turned fear into your personal punchline. You'll be the one cracking jokes when the Wi-Fi glitches. Every time you catch worry peeking back, give it a playful eye roll and say, "Not today, buddy." Share this video with someone who needs permission to chill. Hit subscribe. If you're ready for more life hacks that feel like a chat over coffee, drop a comment with your funniest worry. In story, I want in on the laughs. You'll be the one sipping coffee without a second thought. Well, so today, you're evicting it for good. You've already done it. That little victory latte breathing, you nailed it. That text a friend comedic confession, you owned it. Already had the power to rewrite the ending. Let's go. It's a false alarm system that never learned to read the room. We're hijacking your mindset and turning panic into power. You sit there checking and double-checking every detail. Did I send that email? What if they hate it? What if I misspelled my own name? You know, that little voice in your head screaming, "Uh-oh, disaster." The moment you blink, time to swap it out for a bold new narrator, one that says, "Challenge accepted." And suddenly you're stuck in inbox purgatory. Coffee gone cold, energy vaporized, and it's high time we shut it off. So let's flip the script. Instead of what if everything goes wrong, we'll ask, instead of what if I fail this meeting, think what's next step if it tanks. Suddenly failure isn't a cliff, it's a hop over puddle. You feel the power in your own playbook. What if I'm stronger than my worst case scenario? Take a deep breath like you're sipping a victory latte. Notice the air in your lungs, the solid ground beneath. Want to get fancy? Count for seconds in. Hold 2, blow out for 6. Repeat, feel that chaos fade. That's your mind dialing back from 11 to 0, ready to drop the mic on that runaway train of thoughts. Let's dive in. Picture yourself at a party, except you skipped it because you convinced yourself the host's playlist might be terrible. Spoiler alert. Nobody writes "danced poorly" on their tombstone. Instead, it's stealing your sleep, draining your energy, and turning every simple task into an Olympic event of overthinking. What if I told you no one's ever actually died from overplanning? Here's the real scoop: worry isn't your friend. Let's get real. Worry sells itself as control, but it's more like a broken GPS, rerouting you into a ditch. Here's the kicker. No bulletproof plan ever came from a panic attack. Yet we pile on worry like it's extra insurance. So let's crank up the stakes. Imagine you spend an hour fretting over a presentation. Time to flip the script. Trade "what if I mess up" for "what if I own it." Before we move on, hit that if you're ready to kick worry to the curb, because next up, all right, let's hijack that runaway mindset and flip it into your secret weapon. Here's the switch. Whenever worry pops up, catch it mid-scream and ask, "Okay, champ, what's the worst that could actually happen?" Next move. Reframe every what if into a what's next. Let's lock in presence. Stop the mental movie. Feel your feet on the floor. Here's your mini mission. Right now, pause, breathe, and rename one fear into a funny anecdote. Text it to a friend or even yourself. Smash that if you're feeling that shift. Next up, we'll nail down the final move, making this mindset stick for good. All right, let's seal the deal. Remember that drama queen GPS? We rewired it. You've stared down worst-case scenarios. Here's the kicker: none of this is rocket science. It's totally in your wheelhouse. Picture yourself next week, calm, focused, unstoppable, while everyone else is still stuck in the "did I remember to" loop. So here's your final move. Celebrate the small wins. You're here to live, not to worry. And trust me, the best plot twist